All right, so thank you so much, guys. We'll just do a quick recap.
Well,
So we had a really, really good day. I had a really, really good day. Yesterday, I had a really bad loss, so I
yeah,
didn't do the recap. We just traded all the way to 11, and after that, I just ran to the meetings. So NIO was on our watch, was gapping up 5-6% this morning, and in the first minute got the really, really nice volume. At the minutes went down, sold off, went up, closed the VWAP, closes the hammer doji. It was a perfect 1 minute opening range break up. So that was just a perfect. The stock was gapping up, and the high of pre-market was at around 41, and went down, tested lows, came back up. It was just a perfect, amazing 1 minute opening range break up, and I just loaded up for the breakout, and then dump on me, and I got a stop out. That was a really bad loss. And went down, came back up. I went long again. This one I kind of knew is a bad trade. I would smaller, and then it dumped back again. I got to stop that. So these two losses in NIO was just really, really, really bad and really messed me up. But that it was kind of okay because I had a really good trade on TLRY that we'll get in there. After that, it really hold this bottom, came up, and it came back up. It squeezed above the VWAP. I went back long at 40.80 for the break of high of the day, but I just got out. I went a small size. I was emotional on it, and by that time at 9:55, I had a really good day on TLRY and Apple, and I really didn't need to trade it anymore. And it did pop up, break the high of the day, but it just now is kind of choppy. So, again, this is a perfect example of a perfect trade book setup, but it didn't work out, and I don't blame myself too much. I'm not going to really tell myself that I'm a bad trader. No, it was just a perfect setup, and it's a very important thing to know that this was just pretty much like a setup. The stock was a strong, gapping up, really good volume, test below the VWAP, came close as a doji, and then it just didn't work out. And so, it's sometimes like that. You have to accept the fact that even your perfect A plus setup, not 100%. It's just somebody was up there, or for any reason, or just that. That's why you use a stop loss, and you get it stopped out, but that's okay. Although in this particular case came back up, but this could just constantly go down. The stocks gap up and then fade all day at the open. You always have to have a stop loss. Don't marry to your position. Don't marry to your original idea. Even if you get married, you always can get divorced. So that's not a problem. So
it's a little easier.
Yeah, it was just
stock.
So that was it. And then TLRY was the best trade. I don't think, Brian, you did the NIO trade, did you at all?
No, I didn't touch NIO.
No.
NIO, to me, yeah. TLRY was the one I focused on at the open.
Yeah. Perfect.
And KWeb I traded. KWeb's been really nice as well.
Yeah. So TLRY, but TLRY was the best trade that we had here. So TLRY is again the same situation. Stock was gapping up, really heavy. At the open was like 10-15%. Had a earning. And it was above the VWAP, came down just above the VWAP, and suddenly in the minute number 2 came up, broke this high of the pre-market at 14.35. I just loaded up on this one. This is another perfect example. NIO was also a setup. This one was a setup. That one didn't work. This one did work, but popped up 14.40. I sold some, but I realized that this is really strong. It's just ripping higher, and I just added more. I really got a big size on it at 14.70. We went all the way up above 16. So we went all the way up above 16, it's partialed out, and then after that, it came back up. I added some for another break of 16. It didn't work, and it just came down. We did a 920 trade on that as well, but it just barely worked. So, a 920 trade, as those of you who know, we bought at the 20 moving average, stop loss just below that. I gave a stop loss all the way to the VWAP, popped up, I sold some, and eventually, I think in these two trades, I kind of lost a little bit of money as well. It didn't work, but it is what it is. Sometimes even your A plus setup are not working. And then Apple, Mr. Brian, but you were in TLRY too, Brian, yes?
Yep. Oh yeah. No, I took that. I probably got out. Yeah, I got out around last exit was 16, 16 something,
Yeah.
16 and change. Yep. So I partialed all the way up on it. I had a pretty good size on it as well.
Yeah, and
So
then
yeah, no, Tilray was a good trade.
and then
And
Mr.
K-Web.
Brian Pezim did us Apple. You know, Apple was selling off. It was it was down 2%. Apple at the open, and it was like 2-3% Apple, and then sold off heavily at the open. I just didn't short it because I was just in another position, but I saw the weakness was a really good short. And then Brian started looking at it as a potential reversal, although we both knew that it's a little bit too early for a reversal. I went long at 142.80, got out, and then really held this 142.65. Both Brian and I just jumped back in there, and I really owe this trade to Brian because it was just on 142.80 all the way up to 147. So that was really nice. That was a perfect add area here, and I wanted to add just this is the lightning bolt pattern that Peter is teaching and trading. It's just that would have been an amazing add, but I just missed it.
Yeah. Right through the VWAP and then little pullback there. Yeah.
I still actually have some Apple here. I still have some Apple. I think it might just creep up, going back up to 147. So that was a really, really nice trade. What else did you trade, Brian?
K-Web.
What? Which one?
K-Web.
K-Web.
Yeah, just the Chinese ETF.
Oh, yeah. So Chinese companies got destroyed in the last couple of days. It was just about the time to bounce. As you see, this is a Chinese. This is an ETF for Chinese web companies, from 62 all the way up to 40, and now they're bouncing back.
Yeah.
So that was
just a little bit cleaner.
Yeah. So that's only the ETF of the Chinese company, Crane Shares Trust. Yeah.
Just the internet. A lot of the internet companies. Yeah. It was just was a cleaner way to play rather than because some of I was looking at JD and I was looking at Billy. Some of the spreads between the bid and the ask weren't particularly good, so I just liked. This one was a little more liquid. AMD is kind of getting toppy here.
Yeah. So that was it. Market IWM was gapping up 2%, 1.5%, but it really sold off. The Russell 2000 was gapping up, went up a little bit higher, and now it went to red. I had a really good position on TNA, which is the ETF of IWM. It's a bull leverage 3 times ETF, and I sold some. I had 10,000 shares. I sold some. I wasn't expecting really to go back the red, but it does. So this one I'll just reduce my position on it, see what it does. IWM is definitely lagging from all this. SPY and QQQ are really near all-time high. Definitely overbought. They're definitely overbought.
IWM's actually.
Yeah.
IWM actually went red on the day after it was really strong at the open.
I know, it was crazy.
The Qs are the only thing that yeah.
Well, market is definitely overbought, and there are some sign of weakness on it. But there are some people that are always saying that the world is ending. Every morning, if you wake up and say the world is ending, eventually you die, and the world at least ends for you. So, I mean, there's a lot of people say that there's a big crash coming, but the market can stay overbought for years.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean necessarily that you should panic.
Yeah. If you keep saying it's going to crash. If as long say it long enough and it'll pull back.
You will be right eventually one day. At least you get a.
You'll be right eventually. Yeah.
Like
could be 10 years from now, but.
Like there was in Lincoln movie there was Lincoln. I don't know if you saw that Lincoln movie, but he was telling a story about a lawyer in Metamore that he had a parrot, and the parrot every morning would say, today is the word that the world is ending, and eventually lawyer one day just gets angry and shot the parrot and say, well, the world ends for you now. At least the prophecy came true.
The world is ending for you. Yeah.
So it's same as Bitcoin people. So it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go up. Well, eventually goes up. Or the ones that are bearish, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go down. Well, eventually will go up. Keep just saying it. Anyways,
Yeah.
so TLRY is
Stay
gonna come
alive.
back. We did try to do a 920 trade, and it wasn't really a perfect 920 trade, but TLRY definitely stays strong for the day. Definitely, it's not a short, that's for sure. So we're gonna, yeah. So that's it. So today is Dr. Katz. Today was actually a really nice town hall by Dr. Katz. He was going to have a chat with Thor and Jarrett, two of our really good traders that we have. But something happened to Dr. Katz's family, so there's a family emergency for him. So he's not going to be able to do this. So I replaced that. I'm going to come at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we can have a mentorship discussion or something together. So originally it was Shrink Wrap, Dr. Oh, not this one. Shrink Wrap originally was Shrink Wrap, but today I'm gonna replace for that. So I think maybe Dr. Katz do it next week or something, because I was really looking forward to that conversation. And then yesterday we had a really good strategy session by Peter about the share size. Next week we have Dr. Reed, and next week we actually have Kyle is giving a strategy and trade book presentation on Tuesday. He's using Bookmap to understand the order flow and volume profile. It's going to be really amazing. So I'm going to looking forward to that. Brian, anything from you?
No, that's it. I think. Well, I think we had a good day. There was lots of opportunities today.
Yeah.
Some days there's tons of stuff that you can trade, and other days there aren't. So you just got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, exactly.
And this was definitely a good day.
Yeah, definitely was one of those days. Yes, even yesterday was a really good day. I just messed up. I don't know which ticker I really had a bad loss, but really, the opportunity is there.
The game was AM.
Was it AMD? Oh, yeah.
It was AMC.
Yeah, AMC.
AMC.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate if you like or subscribe to our channel. That helps a lot. We, organically growing the account. I mean, we can do definitely better into production quality and thumbnail and stuff, but your support always helps a lot. And that's it. We'll talk to you soon. If you have any question, email me, Andrew@variabletraders.com. Cheers.